Benelli. It is one of the oldest Italian motorcycle brand in the world. The company was established in 1911 where the Benelli brothers had a business of repairing bicycles and motorcycles in Pesaro, Italy. Ang negosyo nila ay nagsimula lang sa garahe at nag-aayos lamang ng bisikleta at motor. But after the First World War, demand for personal transport spiraled, and in 1921, they introduced their first motorcycle with a 98cc engine. Benelli is passionate about racing. Well, siguro halos lahat ng Italian automotive ay mahilig sa racing, and they won 4 Italian championship titles bago sumiklab ang World War II, and halted their production until 1949. 2 years later, they designed the iconic Leoncino, or the Lion Cub sa Ingles. The Thumper has several variants that includes a 98cc, 125, 350s, 500cc singles, and it was very successful as post-war Italy, everybody needed a tool to move about. And with the Leoncino, marami kang choice depending on your budget. And Benelli has been doing well ever since. Maliban sa paggawa ng mga baril and shotguns through Benelli Army, gumagawa na rin sila ng mga high-performance motorcycles to compete sa American and European market, and it was going well. Until dumating ang mga Japanese brand ng mga motor and shook the Western market with its superior reliability and range of variants to choose from. Many Western brands ang nag-struggle to keep up with the Japanese brands. Many closed out of business, but many kept their stand. Benelli struggled over the years and changed ownership. But it was not enough until 2005, as Benelli was bought by a large Chinese company named QianJiang Group. With industrialization and mass production in mind, plus a large network of sales, the Benelli brand prospered again. And it's back. This is the Leoncino 500. It is one of the most handsome motorcycles that Benelli has made to date. They created a modern retro-looking bike that derived from their heritage model, the old Leoncino that made them successful back then. So this is an important bike for Benelli, and they took their sweet time in designing how the modern Leoncino would look like. The Leoncino is a premium entry-level bike, and it is a scrambler at heart. Napakaganda ng disenyo, and you would appreciate some touch of details sa motor like the Lion of Pesaro insignia on the front fender, Benelli logo in the headlamp, side-mounted motor shock, and a fancy key. It's just a 500cc motorcycle, but hindi tinipid ni Benelli ang some of its parts. Designed by CentroStile Benelli in Italy and made by QianJiang Motor in China. Bad combination? I don't think so, because the bike is designed and handsomely styled to look properly Italian. But unlike those pure Italian bikes, it is mass-produced, meaning parts are available to be ordered and acquired for an affordable price, and it is more reliable than those pure Italian bikes. Yes, Ducati is staggeringly beautiful, it's sex on 2 wheels, but it is absolutely expensive to maintain. To keep it reliable enough, unlike sa mga gawang China, kahit palitan mo ang mga parts every year, at least you can order the parts and get it at an affordable price. The engine is the main character of the bike. It's a 6-speed, 499cc liquid-cooled 8-valve double-cam inline twin producing 47.5 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and a hefty 45 Nm of torque early at 5,000 RPM. But unlike other twins, the Leoncino engine is using a 360-degree crank firing order, which means sabay-sabay pumuputok ang dalawang cylinder, producing nice torque and engine tractability sa off-road. The engine feels like a BMW Boxer twin, Not to mention, the stock exhaust is a double exit canister that looks very nice. Benelli has musicians in the factory. It feels like a Boxer twin and sounds like a Boxer twin, if not more. Dahil 360 degrees on firing order, it sounds like a Boxer twin's stock exhaust. But if you change the exhaust system, the Leoncino sounds like a triple or a four-banger. It screams on the top end, making the bike enjoyable to ride. But the byproduct of 360 twins is that it produces vibrations as if it was a single dahil sabay-sabay ang galaw ng cylinder. Despite the vibrations, you won't feel it much lalo't kapag sanay ka na sa mga thumpers. The engine is enjoyable and has useful torque sa pang-araw-araw. You have power when you need it. Balance ang displacement ng Leoncino. You do not need a 1000cc motorcycle to enjoy a bigger bike. Sub 650s ay enough, lalo na sa Pilipinas, dahil most of the time gagamit mo ito sa mga urban area gaya ng Metro Manila. But you have a power to escape sa weekends and expressway legal pa ito. Ride quality is nice for a street bike. Yes, it is a scrambler, but the wheels are alloys, not spokes. And the suspension tuning is on the stiffer side for better handling. The front suspension is a huge 50mm upside down fork and the rear is a side-mounted monoshock. Both can be adjusted to your heart's content and I prefer to set it to the softer settings para maging suitable sa pang-araw-araw. Despite weighing around 207 kilograms wet, it will feel heavy at first, lalo na if this is your first big bike. But once you move around, it feels light and solidly built. Go out in the open highway like the expressway or kalsada sa probinsya and sobrang planted nito sa kalsada, parang tren sa riles. It will not wobble on high winds, slight uneven roads, earthquakes or tornadoes. It is a sure-planted motorcycle thanks to its weight and large suspension setup. Fuel consumption can range from 23 to 27 kilometers per liter depending on how nice you are with the throttle. But if you will go out sa weekends and do corner carving sa mountainside, best to adjust it to the stiffer settings to make it compliant with hard cornering. But either settings, the bike is comfortable dahil upright ang riding stance. And you have a wide handlebar for more control. Pero kung mahilig ka sa cafe racer, then you can change it anyway. The looks of the bike will still be handsome, but expect aches in your hands, of course. Braking is supplied by a 320mm 4-piston caliper disc on the front, with a hefty stopping power and single disc on the rear. Dual channel ABS comes standard and if you can turn it off with a push of a button. The strange thing is that the brake feels delayed or non-progressive. Yung tipong pag piniga mo yung brake ng konti, wala kang mararamdaman na brake. And if you squeeze it more, all of the sudden biglang may brake. Same thing sa rear. Could be a free play adjustment issue that can be fixed immediately, of course. The bike is handsome, no doubt, and the quality is good. It is assembled in Carmona, Cavite, but we have to keep in mind that this is a mass-produced bike in China. Thus, may mga parts na mukhang cheap gaya ng switchgear and controls that uses cheap plastics. The dashboard uses an old TFT display na may hollow plastic cover. The seat is well supported but it looks cheap. And finally, the turn signals that wobbles badly. Yung tipong magbe-bend ito after years of usage, especially on uneven roads. Yes, Benelli is now owned by a huge Chinese company and it is also manufactured in China. But the designers are from Italy and they are the ones responsible for the styling of the bike. Benelli's design is highly influenced with their Italian neighbor, which is Ducati. The TRK model was inspired from the Multistrada and the Leoncino was inspired from the Ducati Scrambler. Kahit sinong manufacturer ay gaya-gaya, hindi lang Chinese. Kahit nga Japanese brands ay gumagaya sa mga counterpart models nila sa Europe. Ducati copied the BMW GS and made the Multistrada. Yamaha copied the GS to make the Super 10. and so on and so forth. So hindi nabago ang magayahan, and Benelli did that too and copied the Ducati Scrambler. And they designed the Leoncino to look like a proper Italian styled motorcycle, but with better reliability, better parts reliability, and better price para sa masa. For once, you now have the option to own an Italian motorcycle and keep it without spending a fortune to maintain it. And Benelli has a long tradition with racing and competition. It's not about where it was manufactured. As long as the quality is good, Italian racing is at heart, and Benelli has been passionate about it since 1911.